So, you might be wondering what my coaching looks like, especially because my most of my latest videos are very contemplative, spacious, not very content heavy or focused. Whether you take me up on meditation coaching or emotional relational coaching, fundamentally where I start is in this place of inviting you into listening the way your body wants to listen, speaking the way your body wants to speak, moving the way your body wants to move, relating the way your body actually wants to relate. When those invitations are really fully sort of rocked or understood on the body, mind, and spirit level, all of a sudden there's more spaciousness. All of a sudden it's easier to naturally harmonize towards nourishment, towards connection, towards um, generativity, by which I mean healthy, sustainable forms of productivity and growth. You're always cultivating a culture internally and between you and other people, the world around you, the human relational ecosystem, the natural ecosystem. And that can center mutual well-being. And sometimes we've found ourselves strayed away from that due to various factors. I'm here to just really, really very directly invite you back, invite you back, invite you back, invite you back. And one of my big things is that as a practitioner, I don't strain for you to have your biggest experiences with me. It's okay if they happen. I don't push them away. They certainly do happen from time to time. But my goal is to tap you into your ecosystem such that you can have the right sorts of experiences, the right sort of emotional depths and connectedness with people that are actually in your life. So I really, that ecosystem piece, tapping people into their emotional relational ecosystem taking ways of relating into that ecosystem that create nourishing experiences, reciprocity, mutual support, such that you grow into deeper experiences as opposed to a lot of the traditional healing world that kind of focuses on catharsis and big catharsis and release in sanitized containers. That's kind of like how psychotherapy mirrors the medical model. And it's not necessarily bad. This is just part of, I think, our what's missing in how the healing and spiritual world goes about things. It's that it's so often, these things are often removed from our everyday lives and disintegrated. If that makes sense. And so if I'm coaching with you, I teach some basic techniques, point to some basic recognitions. And then it's like, if you're good, it's like, how do you just follow those threads in your everyday life? Where do you get glimpses of where um, opportunities for mutual care and nourishment naturally show up? And if you're in alignment, you just naturally grow towards those things and away from places that don't serve you. Then it could be that just one or two sessions is enough to get you back in some sort of alignment and get on your way. And sometimes it might be worth hanging out more. And so I might start with somebody working one-on-one. And if I start working with somebody one-on-one, I'm immediately thinking and we're talking through like, okay, well, who would you maybe want to call in and learn some connection practices, ways of communicating that reveal the emergent language between you and those around you, creating your own unique ways of communicating such that your communication and connection can center mutual well-being more directly and explicitly than our normal ways of doing things typically do. Because we're always co-regulating. Our nervous systems are always impacting each other, but our language and social scripts usually don't speak to that. So what I do when I'm doing emotional relational coaching is teaching people how to harness that, how to find those embodied signatures of basic well-being within oneself, and then trusting that if you honor yourself with clarity, then you can find the others with whom mutual harmonization towards shared well-being happens most naturally. And their resource can be cultivated, creating cultures of well-being. And the more cultures of well-being we create, the more healthy the social field becomes. So even when there is rupture and cycles of decay, it's easier for people to find others to connect with and access basic well-being. And when we're oriented to basic well-being, we naturally run into the barriers inside us or in the collective that get in the way of those things, and then we can address those problems as they show up. Orienting to basic well-being first, primarily, as opposed to orienting to problems first. We orient to basic well-being, mutual nourishment, and sometimes that's enough to address whatever problems you conceptualized as being the problem. And sometimes it's not, whether it's an individual problem, a relational problem, a collective problem, like a political problem. But if you want to address those things, you need to create resource. And I'm here to support with that. So check out links and details below. If you want to reach out, have questions or curiosities, you can also leave comments here and I'll try to respond to them. I do what I can. I'm still living with chronic illness and, you know, sometimes I just don't have the spoons. If you're not familiar with spoon terminology, it's just shorthand for how much physical, cognitive, whatever energy um, one has at a given time. And it's used within disability and chronic illness community to make communication a little bit easier. So that's it for today. Um, I fun to share these things. I feel hope for the world and I'll recognition the beauty of all that already is, all that has existed in the past that has brought us here. And may we humbly and directly and indirectly address suffering as best we can.